yesterday I was, in the kitchen doing a lot of different stuff, playing a lot of different decks, and I kind of realized that just like Liliana the Veil has become a well-positioned card in Modern again. Just so many Leyline Scion decks, and it's even good against a lot of the non-Leyline Scion decks. Like it's pretty good against Tron. It's like solid in some of these matchups. Very good against Blue White Control. Harvard Yard, 4 months. Welcome back. Z Mill with the 11th. Thank you, and Wasting Tooth with the 10 months. Thank you for 3 subs. Um, I realize Smallpox is also is also just so sick in the format at the moment. It's a card that has seen some play in Modern. I like Pox as an archetype has always been like super fringe, but has like some polarizing matchups. Usually, if you're going to cast the card Smallpox, you want to have 4 Flagstones of Trokair, so that when you're sacrificing a land, you can just sack this and get a land. I was also realizing, so like after I realized that Smallpox is just really sick in this Leyline Scion metagame, they actually buffed Flagstones of Trokair. This card got a buff because of the Surveil lands. The Surveil lands are now a pretty significant upgrade to the archetype, especially when you have a good amount of cards that care about being in the graveyard. We're playing, 4 Bloodghast and Cling to Dust. Um, Bloodghast is a card that you also usually would like to pair in the Smallpox deck because it's just a great card to discard to Smallpox. And if you're playing Bloodghast in the Smallpox deck, Sorin Imperious Bloodlord is very good with Bloodghast, where you get to either sack it every turn for a Lightning Helix, or you can buff it up. And with Sorin, there is now a pretty upgraded big vampire to put in play. The title of the stream is called The Unironic Return of Vampire Pox, because during the Crimson Val trophy race, the first deck we trophied with was Black-White Pox with Sora and Bloodghast, and then Edgar Charmed Groom. Vein Ripper, pretty big upgrade to Edgar Charmed Groom, I think. Another cool thing is because you want to play a lot of Urborgs in this deck, so that you can go like Urborg into Flagstones and then Smallpox on turn 2. You also can Fetid Heath Flagstones for turn 2 Smallpox. And so since you're playing 4 Urborgs in your deck already, and you also have 4 Profane Tutors, and we can talk about the Profane Tutors in a second, sometimes you'll be able to tutor up, or sometimes you'll just draw this card. It's in your deck. A copy of Cabal Coffers to just hardcast Vein Ripper. So in general with Profane Tutor, if you have a Vein Ripper stuck in your hand and and you can just cast it, sometimes you get the Coffers, sometimes you get a Sorin. If you have either half of Sorin or Vein Ripper, you can tutor this into play. You're also going to be tutoring Smallpox a lot of the time, or you're going to be tutoring Flagstones of Trokair because you already have Smallpox. You already have Smallpox in your hand. Also, Profane Tutor comes down on turn 4, and the One Ring is castable on turn 4. The ring is also really sick to target. This is an awesome Profane Tutor deck. Not a lot of Teferis at the moment. Is a Ganjo not worth the slot? Yeah, if you notice, if you notice about a Ganjo, in the main deck, every single card is black. We have a few white sideboard cards. The most exciting being Drana and Linvala, kind of like a curse totem that steals your opponent's activated abilities that can be put into play off of Sorin and buffed by Sorin, which I think is cool. I'm also playing a couple like Silver Bullet, Profane Tutor target sideboard cards, and Orvar for creativity, and an Ashiok for Titan. Michael, 32 months, like welcome back. That's a 1 damn for the Zoo matchup. I think the Zoo matchup is just like good at the moment, so I'm not. I'm gonna bring in the Celestial Purges in the matchup, and think I'm pretty comfortable there for the most part. All right, let's get going. I noticed the good cards. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like the card quality just feels so high. It's like Liliana is a card that rules. Sorin has become like so much better, and the ring. I think the ring is like has been pretty castable for me so far. I think I'm gonna keep this. Don't love that we like are gonna cast a Smallpox and like strand the ring in our hand a little bit, but we get to discard the Bloodghast for value. This is like going to be like an effective 2-for-1 where like it kills a creature and we don't really have to discard a card and they have to discard a card. We're up against a Tanglepool Bridge. Pretty sure we're supposed to just graveyard that here. Entomb at home. Whoa. Oh, it's a sorcery, sorry, I thought it was instant. Ooh, Smallpox is going to be really good against the Saga here. Ooh, and they played Patchwork Automaton. Okay, okay, and they also played Ornithopter. Fair enough. But I've drawn another Smallpox. I think I might actually just discard my ring if I'm gonna plan to Smallpox again. Maybe I'll discard the Shadowy Backstreet. Actually, no, sorry. What am I talking about? I'm discarding Bloodghast. Duh. It's the first one. Sometimes I do this where I just like, and my brain has already. They discard Craterhoof Behemoth. My brain has like already discarded a card, and I just go discard another card. Okay, so search your library for card printing graveyard, then shuffle. So 3 mana, unmarked grave, and for 2 more mana, you can return 2 creature cards, total mana value 4 or lesser graveyard to the battlefield. Very interesting card. Okay, they sack the Saga. I guess that's not too surprising. Yeah, they're playing Affinity, and they're trying to like neoform a Mirror Enforcer into a Craterhoof Behemoth is usually the play. So they got 2 cards in their hand over there. 1 card in their hand. Hopefully they can't cast it. Can Smallpox it out. This Patchwork's pretty scary though. Okay, 3rd Smallpox. Okay, this time we'll discard the ring. Poor Bloodghast. So they discard a land, and then they're... If they can keep their Saga and try to high roll an untapped land off the top. It's pretty bad if they don't. That is the line they take. They have a lot of tap lands in their deck, it looks like, too. But I guess we're hoping then they just draw a tap land. That's probably the best case, or Stringleaf draw. Okay, they did draw untap land. We can stop them from making 2 tokens, I guess. They also will not really be able to attack with this Patchwork super well. I guess we could have also hoped that they drew an uncastable. Alright, Smallpox number 3. Too bad we didn't draw any Flagstones. So will they sacrifice the Patchwork or they sacrifice the Construct? They sacrifice the Construct. So it makes sense because I now just have to draw another Edict to deal with this Patchwork, I guess. Funny game. But it does not float any mana. Yeah, I mean, we had so many like cards they could have drawn that turn, like Neoform, big clunky cards. Untap land was kind of worst case scenario by a lot. Classic black deck, complaining about discard stuff. They pop their Relic. Hits me for 4, I'm down to 9. They have 1 card in their hand. Can't keep that Fatal Push. Too slow. Too bad I've lost my Bloodghast or my Sorin would be a lot better. They have a Frogmite, and now we don't have outs. Another way to cast Valky? What the heck? Give me. I guess there's just gonna be a lot of that with all the plot stuff. So I'm gonna bring in 4 Break the Ice against the Urza Saga Treasure Vault deck. Inkmoth, Blink, they probably have Nexuses too. Right, just a ton of targets. We can also discard these. The Drana and Linvala do much? Guess not really. They might cut their Neoform stuff. I don't think I'm gonna bring in like Ashiok or Voidwalker. We cut the Lilianas, I think. Keep the Smallpoxes in. Lily's not too good. Keep 1 in, maybe. Okay, ETB, Mexico, non current meta value 3 less your hand. If you do, it becomes plotted. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield, put a counter on each creature you control. Okay, this part is pretty cool with Norin the Wary. I like that card. It's probably not amazing. Alright, need another black source, but I'm going to keep this. Can cycle the Cling to Dust, probably. There's a 2-mana Rule of Law? Interesting. So no creature turn 1 for me to Fatal Push. This gives common damage to player. If you've committed a crime this turn, you may sacrifice the Stinger. If you do, search library for a card, put it into your hand, and shuffle. Huh. Probably not a great card, but a very interesting card for sure. I'll push the Ornithopter here. It's gonna main phase push the push the patchwork. I'm glad they have this Tormod's Crypton also. Doesn't do much besides like counter Bloodghast later. So you're on untap land can slam the ring. Power creep go crazy. I don't know. I mean, this card is not constructed playable, probably. Maybe not modern playable. Maybe less standard or something. So they Thoughtcast and then they do nothing else. Let's go ahead and cycle the Cling to Dust, I guess. Keep a Swamp on top and then smack our opponent for 2. Would Arid Archway ever see play in a deck? If you're gonna ask me about a new card, I need the text. I need you to describe it to me. I don't know. I have none of the names of the new cards memorized except for Holy Cow. New strictly better rule of law. Each player cannot cast more than 1 spell each turn. Dude, where was this when Violent Outburst was legal? Sacrifice it deals 5 damage to target. That card rules, dude. It's like it's like 1 mana. It's rule of law, 1 mana less with like pretty big upside. It's kind of sick. Okay, good turn for my opponent here. We'll seize him though. Another treasure vault. We're also just Vein Ripper is looking pretty pretty castable here. This overloading Break the Ice is a nombo with the Mutavault. Hopefully draw something. Vein Ripper would be nice. I'll take another ring. Do I care at all about... I guess Break the Icing just doesn't seem like it's a relevant play at all here. It's going to Surveil. There's the Vein Ripper. Maybe I should have played my Urborg this turn so that if I drew my one of Cabal Coffers, it was live. Or overload, they have 1 land. I'm just talking out loud. I'm not gonna overload it. But they did have another land in their hand that's a legal target. Drew a Sorin. So Sorin and Vein Ripper into play this turn. Then I guess Break the Ice, the Treasure Vault, and hold up a Mutavault activation. Hard time beating Vein Ripper. Much less 2 Vein Rippers. Would Satora the Infiltrator make Affinity much better? It feels a lot like Beans of the Shell. Maybe. I mean, it certainly is an interesting card for that archetype. I'm dying to my own Urborg here. I guess I shouldn't have played the Urborg to play around Cranioplating. You live and you learn. They also, I guess, just get to put it on the Trampler. One saving grace, I guess, is that people haven't attached cranial plating in a while. They may just like not do it. I might just be dead anyways. Yeah, just dead anyways. Okay, so I guess I didn't get punished by the Urborg. Good top deck. Bummer. I'm definitely going to keep this. I think I'm supposed to lead on basic Swamp because I really don't want to not be able to suspend Profane Tutor on turn 2 because my opponent played like a Ragavan. All my friends tell me Smallpox is a bad card. Well, it's been bad for a long time, but like just like Liliana has become a good card again in the Scion Draco metagame. Smallpox has also been really good for me. The opponent popped Treasure Vault, weren't you even more dead? Yeah. I don't think I was dead if I sacked the Mutavault, right? Does this have any legs? Oh, the Reska's, yeah, Reska joins up is a pretty shitty card. Okay, I'm a little bit worried about getting Unraveled. Archive, Surveil Archive into the yard, play basic planes. Plays a Stoneforge Mystic. Grabs a Cauldron complete. So I think I am... Ooh, this is a little too juicy. The thing is, I really want my opponent to spend their turn putting Cauldron into play. Yeah, I'm just going to suspend this. I want them to spend their turn putting Cauldron into play, and then I'm just going to tutor Smallpox and get rid of the token after I Fatal Push this, this Stoneforge Mystic. Oh, they only have 2 lands. Not too often that the, like... Oh, they don't only have 2 lands. Brainstone? What the fuck? I'm still grabbing Smallpox. I guess maybe the coffers was better to keep. They discard Terminus, the good old Terminus Stoneforge Mystic deck. Welcome to the 0-1 bracket. I'm gonna graveyard the Sorin here. Is Smallpox plus Coffers a Nombo? I have 1 Cabal Coffers in my deck as a Profane Tutor target in my deck with 4 Urborgs. You can also just discard Coffers to Smallpox if you draw both at the same time. It's not the one of is not something I'm worried about. It was actually probably I should have kept it here. It would have given me an extra mana. This card sucks though. So they do get to Funravel my next Profane Tutor. They also bounce their Cauldron to their hand. Get to work, Liliana. Discard another Terminus. Plays a tapped Spar's Headquarters. And plays a Relic of Progenitus. Pops the Relic in response. Alright. Put a loyalty counter on nothing. When this enters the battlefield, exile target spell becomes plotted. Spells your opponents cast from graveyards or exile cost 2 more to cast. So it only costs 2, though, for them to cast the plotted spell. This card. So isn't that card awful? maybe it's not that bad. Good old Liliana versus Jason. Thank you, Pep. You just went with Lily uptick here, no? I don't know. My opponent probably has Prismatic Ending in their deck. They have Ursa Saga in their Terminus deck. I'm so tilted. So tilted. Gonna lose. Ooh, maybe not. Obviously, if this Liliana gets ultimate, we're cooking. Let's go to another Jace. Counters Counterspell, makes Cascade worse. It's just... there's so many things that do that way better. I don't know. I guess it does block Cascade. Wait, no it doesn't. They just cast the Cascade spell on their turn if you plot it. Wait. Or are we talking about the new rule of law? I guess I don't know what card we're talking about. So they get a Cryptic Coat. And then they're planning to Saga token here. So I'm going to start off with this. This opponent knows to activate first. Okay, so this could be a classic land versus action card situation. Yeah, I kind of like the look of this. Not sure what pile they'll pick. With the Liliana ultimate, you never know if your opponent meant to keep the pile they kept. No, you don't have Force of Negation blue card. Yeah, there's no shot yet. Force of Negation blue card. Vein Ripper. Okay, not that sick of a turn. Sacks their Brainstone. They have a Cauldron, Cryptic Code, and a bunch of other cards in their hand. One of them's an island. Because the meta is a time to revisit liquid metal coating. I don't know. Sounds very fun. Maybe. Oops, all Sorins. It's a good, really, really good draw though. This card's a Solitude. The hand should be Cauldron mystery card at the moment. Oh, sorry, the Cauldron's long since discarded. The fourth Backstreet. You never know if you don't go. Ragnar with the 33 months. Let's go, dude. Welcome back. This card's an Ephemerate. I am so tilted that they are an Ephemerate Terminus Urza Saga deck. I do so much work. I put good Stoneblade lists out there. I put good Miracles lists out there. And blue-white, something wrong with blue-white players. Like, I'm going to shuffle both of them together, and I'm going to add Urza Saga. Freaking blue-white players. I guess I just +1 first. Play around Counterspell. They discarded Subtlety Solitude as another code. Oh, I see. Too many cards go into the graveyard, huh? Discard an Archive. Okay, ready for another Smallpox, I guess. Reginald, 22 months. Thank you. Welcome back. What do you think of Edgar Charmgrim? An old staple of the archetype. Power crept out. I think it's pretty poorly positioned. If the format was more like black based mid range decks, good, very good in the mirror. A little bit too many leyline bindings, a little bit too many creatures that just like way attack past it. Yeah, Sorin's just chilling, getting loyalty counters. We've drawn none of our 11 vampires in 26 cards. Yeah, that card is interesting. If it was an instant, it'd be like pretty dang good. Let me draw first. Now Sorin gets to have a pretty sick turn. Although, will we get Terminus? There's 2 Terminuses in exile at the moment. I guess they have Subtlety blue card. Tendrils, yeah. Storm count is 2. Rune Ripper's pretty sick. Could we have cast ring first, discard land to Lily? I like keeping second ring in hand. Well, the turn I plus Lily first, I was playing around the card counterspell, like I said, by plussing first, so that I could make sure I could resolve the ring and start getting counters up. Second ring is nice insurance too. Lion Sash, I'm so tilted. I'm like so unbelievably tilted at their deck list. I just you just cannot help a blue-white player. There's nothing you can do. Just have to let it go. Main deck Lion Sash. Blue-white players are just like, Lion Sash seems pretty good right about now. Yeah. Do I even want these Voidwalkers? They seem okay. One seems light on removal. I did not mean to cut a Thoughtseize. I guess I want to just cut my Profane Tutors, actually, against the Teferi Time Ravelry deck. Don't want to cut the Cling to Dust. Probably don't want 0. I'm going to play, like, maybe 1 Break the Ice against their Urza Saga deck and, like, 2 Fatal Push. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about Drana and Linvala. We might update the State of Modern today. Yeah, truly. I know I'm putting Vade Ripper into play, but it just bothers me so much to have like 4 Terminus in your like Ephemerate deck, your Stoneforge Mystic deck, that you are saying you have so many creatures in your deck you want to play Ephemerate. And the Urza Saga is also I just like good deck building. What can I say? I'm supposed to put back Swamp here. Ooh. Cast a Stoneforge Mystic. What is Smallpox good in the meta against? Leyline Scion, which is like, yeah, the whole meta game, right? I guess this is fine too. We draw Bloodghast for turn. Be pretty nice. This is mostly just like 2 mana Stone Rain, which is pretty good. I think I'll discard the Vein Ripper so that I can Thoughtseize and try to clear the way to resolve my ring next turn. But it also just gets to discard their Terminuses for free. I'm so nice. Probably gonna draw Sorin next turn now that I discarded Vein Ripper. This is a natural extension of the Monoblock Edict deck from earlier. I guess. I don't know. It's it's different, but it is kind of the same idea, yeah, that we're just trying to edict the metagame. Smallpox has been feeling like just a very good card to me. Yeah, if they have Stoneforge Mystic, I can maybe just Thoughtseize the equipment. And I can also just ignore it maybe too. They do have Stormforge Mystic, so I punished for sure for bottoming the push there. So they have the Cryptic Coat, the Cauldra, and a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Yeah, Stoneforge is coming to Timeless, which is cool. So if they go land, and then just slam it to Fairy next turn, that would kind of stink. Sorry, slam a Jace next turn. That being said, I'm going to slam my One Ring, and then we have lots and lots of good draws here. Is Drown the Ball just for Yawgmoth? I'd bring it in against Hardened Scales too. But yeah, mostly just this anti-Yawgmoth card. They did go land. So funny. I can, I guess, kill it with Sorin Mutavault this turn. Would prefer to draw Bloodghast, but either way, the Sorin does have enough loyalty to survive, which is kind of fun. Oh, my opponent's just gonna attack into my pro everything, and then I get to put a counter on the Mutavault to kill the Jace instead of sacking it. That's nice for me. Okay, I don't have an Urborg in play at the moment. Seems like this should be the line. And I think all the incidental life gain is really cool in this list too, with between Sorin and Vein Ripper. I guess the one of Cling to Dust too, but so like just having like incidental life gain in your ring deck is really good. And Sorin has 5 loyalty. Sorin's pretty sick. 3 mana, 5 loyalty, super good abilities. You don't have 2 Cauldrons in your deck, brother. Okay, they do have Batterskull. They have Cryptic Coat, Cauldra, Lion Sash, Batterskull. And that's okay. Wait, you're not attacking with Stoneforge Mystic, brother. Yeah, you got to put the Batterskull into play. Come on, what are you doing? No, you're not going to attack with this. Is Vein Ripper Sorin the only win cons? We have Mutavault, we have Bloodghast. But also Sword Vein Ripper seems like enough too. At least it does to me. Hmm. Let's make them sack one of their Stoneforge Mystics. I think I'm going to get in with my Mutavault this turn. Wait, they sacked the coat. So I'm still getting in with Mutavault, I think. Just going to push the Germ token. Maybe I could trade the Mutavault for the Germ token and then Thoughtseize, though, if they want to make the trade. Although having this in play is super valuable with my ring going. Yeah, I'll just push the Germ. If they spend their turn 5-mana equipping and then they kill my Planeswalkers and I just untap and I have the ring going, it's gonna be fine. Okay, I haven't seen this one. Give me a second. Whenever you cast a modal spell, choose up to X or X the number of times you chose about for the spell. X up top card in turn you would play it. Counter on it, gains trample, Brute of Flying. Okay, it is interesting, but it's just, you know, commander card, I guess. Yeah, my opponent's playing a bunch of Terminus in their creature deck, so that's what their Brainstones are for. So we're down to 18. I'm going to draw 4 cards. You find a Vein Ripper. Let's start off with a Smallpox. Maybe I should have started off with Thoughtseize. From discards an Opt. They also didn't float mana. Opt is in their deck? I guess they're playing Terminus. What's wrong with? It's my last planes also. The other 2 are in my hand. Surveil that into the graveyard. Value Town. I'm gonna actually wait a turn on the Vein Ripper. I want to kill this Stoneforge Mystic and then be able to Thoughtseize the Cryptic Coat. Oh, but I guess they didn't need to bounce. Hmm. It's 4 mana here. Still can never lose, even if they Terminus. Maybe I did bring back the too many Bloodghast though. They probably also shouldn't have that many Terminuses in their deck post board against me. Okay, balances a hasty Bloodghast. Concedes the game. Okay, 1-1. Weird league so far. I think let's mulligan on the draw. Oof. Give me that 7 back. But it's also on a mold to 6. They're on a mold to 5 now. Keep this one. I'm on 5. My opponent's going to 4. Just playing Dredge or Tron, I guess. I think I'll just keep my Cling to Dust on the off chance we're up against Dredge. If they are playing Tron, you have 4 Break the Ice and 4 Dauthi Voidwalker on the board. Because I think game 1's pretty tough. They are on a mold of 4, but it's going to be hard for us to capitalize on that because they're on a mold of 5, I guess. Looks like it's Dredge, though. It's Hexdrinker? What is this league, dude? Literally, what the fuck is going on? How can I say no to this? Mold of 4, turn 1 Hexdrinker. Yeah, we're not in the friendly league. Modern's so funny. Like, your opponent's molding to 4, and you're like, fuck, I'm so dead. They're gonna cast Cathartic Reunion on turn 2. Ah, that's why they mold to 4. Their deck doesn't work. Sarah Avenger, I take it back. Let's go, dude. Breakout Sarah Avenger. This card is understated. Stats not good enough, even if you could just cast it turn 2. That's okay. You don't need good stats. Just vibes. So again, no cards in hand, 1 creature in play, 1 land. Now we need to hit a couple land drops too. 24 lands in the deck. One of them is a Cabal Coffers though. I don't have Urborg at the moment. That was sick though. Got a Mold to Breakout, I guess. I'm feeling land. Ugh, guess not. Nope. Guess so. Well, white is mostly because Flagstones is just too important to not play in the deck. So I'm down to 5. Profane Tutor ticks down. I can't cast my Thoughtseize. I did draw my land though. If they want to block and take a Tendrils, they can. Yeah, maybe they have Mire Superior. I'm gonna bring in. Well, I don't know. I mean, they're playing red, but I can actually see a red creature. Like likely okay to just run it back, I guess. I think it looks particularly bad. This is the problem with Breakout, y'all. This is what I keep saying about Breakout. Is like you like in order to like make Breakout a playable card, all of a sudden you're registering Hex Drinker and Sarah Avenger. There are not enough good 1 and 2 mana creatures in the format for you to register Breakout and have the math work on it. Probably keeping. Like we have Profane Tutor to set up the Vein Ripper combo. We have 2 early pieces of removal, although we don't have a turn 1 black mana. Vile's got to be great in their deck. I think the exception is the Intiasmo deck. I mean, the Intiasmo deck I play has like not nearly enough creatures. Like maybe there's a build of it. I guess there was one at the Hunter Burton, right? Yeah, I guess there's that build. No 2-drop in your breakout deck. Maybe the instant speed play. The new blue-black dude that draws his cards make breakout a bit better. Blue-black and red-green in the same deck is asking a lot. Wait, you didn't want to pay this untapped and get this? This is the softest league I've played in a while. With peace and love. So if I draw a land, I'm casting Smallpox, I guess. Okay, I'm definitely casting Smallpox. Let's go. The Violent 2, we just push it. Or I guess I could push this. So I won't actually get use out of my Surveil because I have Profane Tutor coming down. I guess they can maybe stop my Profane Tutor somehow. I'm going to discard Sarah Avenger, which is a little surprising. Guess they have another 2. They do have Mire Superior. Let's go. 2 mana 5/6. You're pushed. Very cool though. Breakout good with this, good with this. Or Superior good with breakout, good with the vial. The problem is like this needs to be like a 4/4 at this point. Like this card just isn't good, even if you get into play on turn 2. Maybe it's okay if you break out into it. I like that my opponent's cooking though. Two to Vein Ripper. Ooh, it's a good pickup. I think I sandbag my Mutavault? So that I can go like play Bloodghast, sack it, then landfall it back. Guardian of the Great Door. So there is a 2-mana 4/4 flyer. Let's go, dude. Okay, our opponent is cooking. A lot of respect. Maybe they'll pop in, and they said they were watching the stream, so when they come back, we'll ask them for a deck list. Free deck tech. Okay, pick your poison, Vein Ripper. And vial something in. Violent Inti. So I'm kind of cooked here. Never mind. I'll just do it again. Yeah, post deck super cool for sure. Really hope we get to see it. Small downside, your creatures aren't castable at downside. Yeah, without breakout. Yeah, of course. So I think are we trading here? The Sorin is really good. Let's see what they flip to the NT. They flip a Hex Drinker. Yeah, I'm gonna block. Just like Sorin plus Bloodghast. Like I get to kill their Vein Ripper. I get to drain them for 4 here. I also get to have Mutavault up to chump the NT. It's not that good. You just don't level the Hex Drinker again. It's funny. Yeah, let's wait a turn on the ring. So I'm gonna go Bloodghast. May sack a Vampire. Get rid of the Drinker. Maybe get rid of NT. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the NT. If they do have to level their Hex Drinker 2 more times for this to not block. But I just have a lot of answers to the Hex Drinker. Maybe if I die to it, then I guess we got to die to Hex Drinker today. My opponent's also shown like that they're not that interested in leveling Hex Drinker either, for whatever that's worth. But there's a breakout. It'd be so funny if they bricked. No, they get a Sarah Avenger. Let's go. Alright. Sorin down. Will they level the Hex Drinker? Shout out to those doubting the one of Cabal Coffers. We just have 4 Urborgs in our deck and 4 Profane Tutors. We need to have a Cabal Coffers. The idea why breakout is a sorcery, not an instant. I don't know. They weren't that interested in making it a good card, it seems. I don't know. It gives it haste. Like you're gonna cast at sorcery speed. If this was an instant, you would still cast at sorcery speed almost every time. Look like missing Urborg in play. Yeah, but they should also crack the fetch and be leveling. Oh, breakout into breakout. Into another NT. That picker poison was really good, dude. Down to a cool 25. Legend roll the ring. 3 lands in a row. Kind of scared of pick your poison. Could have been good to like just wait a turn, but kind of get something going. Kebab pizza 30 months. Nico come back. 4 lands in a row. Could lose, you know, but all I draw are lands. Alright, starting to level this up again. Up to 4. This could be pro everything already so easily. It's so funny. A lot of good top decks here. Although they have 1 sword left in the deck. I'll take another ring. Wow. We can actually just play both. Oh, I wanted to play this first because of Cabal Coffers. I guess it was incorrect. Although I can also hold up the Mutavault activation. Should take in just like another second. Gonna sack the Bloodghast, kill the NT, gain 7. That was my last Sorin too. That was a great draw. Okay, so we are gonna 2-1. 2-1. Our the opponents we beat were playing Stoneblade Miracle Urza Saga and Breakout Sarah Avenger. And we also lost to Neoform Affinity. So Modern is awesome at the moment. Modern is sick. The leagues have been pretty fun lately. I've been having a good time. I think it's gotten better too because it's got 5 toughness against Scion, and then like the ward ability is just super good in this metagame. Like edicts are just so good right now. Turn 1 Eldrazi Temple, and the hits keep coming, brother. Let's go. I'm gonna lead on Flagstones. I want to be able to cast a Smallpox if I draw it next turn, of course. Nice to have third land for Sorin Vein Ripper. Talked about the new Marchesha. I haven't seen the new Marchesha. I'm just sitting in here looking at spoiler cards as people send them to me. So, yeah, this is one of the. I think this is a Magic Online only promo. Looks really sick. No, we're getting turn 2 seared. It has been a while, dude. Let's go. Are they playing Eldrazi-tron? Are they playing something else? Some Jumpstart? I see. Dude, imagine I rip Smallpox off the top here. They're definitely taking Sorin, and then we can maybe Profane Tutor for another copy. Marchesa, Dealer of Death. I'll take 1 death. Unless you got any specials going on. Imagine going, hi, I'm Marchesa. I'm the Dealer of Death. For all of your murdering needs, you can contact me. I guess I'm just hating. Okay, whenever you commit a crime, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Then put 1 into your hand and the other in the graveyard. Yet another 3-mana creature card advantage engine that you got to untap with, and you never will. My point's gone. Urge's Mind, Mind Stone. I would be so upset if they cast a Matter Reshaper right now. We would never be able to win. I'm down to 16. Am I gonna tutor? I might tutor Smallpox with this tutor next turn. Could also tutor Cabal Coffers, I guess. That would let me just start card casting these and like it would be pretty good with the ring. They have their own ring. I think against them having their own ring, I'm gonna grab Sorin so I can be aggressive here. And then I could Legend Rule my Flagstones for Surveil, but I have a pretty good play already for next turn, so let's maybe save it for like double Smallpox turn after we ring some. Maybe that's a little ambitious. Does Harvest choose as Moto Spell? Maybe. Is this Dismember? Okay, so this is gonna be a very painful Dismember for you. You're gonna take basically 8 damage here. They're reading the ward, sacrifice a creature. Draw off the Thoughtseize, then 2 more off the Vein Ripper. So you're down to 11 life. And then they play another Eldrazi. Is this another Thoughtseize? Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm regretting not getting Cabal Coffers, I guess. Lefty, 20 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Take my ring. Plays an Expedition map. They have also not hit their land for turn, so they could have sequenced in a way, I think. There's their land for turn. Got a big draw step. And a pretty big draw. Let's just start off with this. Discard 3rd Flagstones, I suppose. But it's going to go down to 9 life. 1 card in the hand, but they, of course, have the ring going, so the card part doesn't matter so much, I suppose. I get to draw a card off their Seer, which is nice. It's another copy of Vein Ripper, though. Kind of doing good on Vein Rippers. What's wrong with? Sure. The new Satoru that draws cards when you evoke. Yeah, that card rules. I can technically go Vein Ripper and just sack it to Sorin to deal them 5 and kill them with their ring, right? Gonna post the Asmo Scion list on YouTube. Oh, Doom, why are you gonna post the Asmo list on YouTube? Wait, is Doomwig here? Just assuming he's here. Oh, he is here. Hi, Doom. Kim Draven, 26 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Chalice on 2. What does it even do? Stop Smallpox? No! Okay, looks like we have lethal. Six mana Lightning Axe. I guess it's like Lightning Axe game 3. This is so sick. It's like working so well. I've been really liking this deck. We also have 4 Break the Ice on our sideboard. Done with the Voidwalkers. Against Matter Shaper. Don't need them. Yeah, strange league for sure. I'm having a good time. I'm not complaining. Having fun. Yeah, crushes the Eldrazi Miracles Stoneblade meta. Bad against the Neoform Affinity meta. But good thing the meta changed pretty significantly mid-league. Keep having fun in Modern, put Leyline every deck. Leyline Siren is pretty fun. I actually don't mind playing with or against it. It's like pretty easy to beat if you want to beat it. Just play a million Smallpoxes. Hopefully we get the full value Smallpox. Although I guess it's not super likely. I guess if they play Thought-Knot Seer turn 2, we're not going to get to do this. If they play Matter Shaper, we lose. Guess no turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer. Oh, wow. We get to go Smallpox into Smallpox with double Flagstones. It is cool that Flagstones got buffed via these Surveil lands. So now the 45 months. Let's go, dude. Yeah, where's the breakout guy? I want to see the deck list. Please, breakout gamer, we would love to see your deck list if you're here. Although maybe I defeated them and they never want to watch the stream again. So Bloodghast back, and we get a Surveil one. Let us keep Break the Ice on top of the library. I am so smart. I'm here. Yeah, Prince, if you wanna if you have the time or energy to share your deck list, we would all love to see it. It was so cool. Okay, we've had one Smallpox, yes, but what about second Smallpox? Discards an Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Bloodghast back in action. Sorin seems fine. Kind of feels silly for discarding the Vein Ripper. Not really. I like all the other cards more, but got a Bloodghast for Sorin. Third Mind Stone. Can't break the ice those. One sack, it's hot garbage by the ability this week. I would love to see the garbage. Take your time. 3 different arts on the Mind Stones too. You didn't want to play a snow-covered swamp? We don't go like a Karn +1. Okay, minus. Junior question: what decks would Ring be bad in? Scam, Murktide, Domain Zoo, Yawgmoth. It's actually playable in Yawgmoth, but not optimal in Yawgmoth. Rhinos, Living End, Hammer. I think it's good in Scales. Just mostly decks that don't want a 4-mana card advantage engine. It's not really that complicated, right? Does your deck want a 4-mana card advantage engine? Then you are probably interested in the One Ring. I guess I should probably sack the Bloodghast, get like more damage in. Less, I guess, even more life. Yeah, Creativity is another example. Creativity is a good deck at the moment too. But the ring is certainly rising again in prominence after being like not that popular for a couple months. Bowmasters is also like at huge all time low. I'm like just kind of not putting it in any deck list at the moment. Metagame's changing a lot. Although I guess a counter on the Bloodghast might have been better because if they have a second Karn, they can plus to turn off my ring for a turn. Although I guess I could use my second Sorin to get rid of it. Not that I knew I was gonna have a second Sorin. And with the new Jace, any place a more control shell? Yeah, maybe. I think the new Jace is pretty exciting. Obviously, like you can never fully know like how good a weird card like Jace is until you play with it some. Like it's just too early to say, but I think the card's got potential. So they grab a ring and then they plus. So let's see what we draw here. But we're probably just gonna use our second Sorin. My ring takes me down to 18. I think we go counter, attack, Sorin, sack, and see what we draw off our ring. Thoughtseize, Bloodghast. I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize that ring pretty badly. Let's see what the other cards are. Not in love. They Reality Smasher my Sorin, I guess. This doesn't matter that much, right? I should take the ring though. And then I don't need to use mana to cast Bloodghast this game because I can just return it. I can discard it to a Liliana maybe and then return it. Maybe that doesn't matter, but I also kind of like the idea of playing Mutavault so that if they do play Reality Smasher, I can keep my Sorin around. Kind of can't believe how bad this Break the Ice has been also. Okay, so take this up. Draw so many cards. I'm going to sack the Bloodghast. Deal them 3. Play a Liliana. Discard a Bloodghast. Play an Urborg. Return both of them. Fire up the Mutavault. Get in for 6. We're going to attack them in double fling. Well, if I double fling, I don't have the Bloodghast in play next turn, which may have been a problem. GG's from Double Pox. Hell yeah. When you start running them twice, the third drone range tends to be not as good. I guess so, yeah. So they pop the Silex, cut my Planeswalkers, my Bloodghast. They're dead to any land. They also have to blow up all their Mind Stones. Okay. So I guess let's get a 4-1 prediction going. After playing one of the weirdest and admittedly softest leagues I've played in a while. Yeah, you could play Hidden Herbalist, maybe. It's kind of awkward that you can't Herbalist into Breakout or NT or anything besides, really. You could play more Questing Druids, maybe. Deck looks really cool. I would love for a Breakout deck to be good, but it's just your card quality goes so low, and you're so weak to sweepers, and your clock isn't even that fast. Coco is really nice on those turns where you can like Burning Tree into Coco, but maybe those are too few and far between. NT discards uncastables for recommission. Yeah, I don't know. Like it just NT, like just the card NT is not that good if you are just like I'm just playing it as a value 2-drop. It's not the worst ever, but like if you have no synergy with it, no like cyclers, no cookbook, it's not a particularly impressive card. The NT was left over from the original Asmo build. That makes sense. I mean, I don't blame you for playing it, but this Flametongue Yearling is kind of cool. But this is the problem with Breakout. There's just not enough good 1 and 2 mana creatures in the format. Play a Wild Nikado in that deck, maybe. Ooh. It's a really good draw. Lets my second Vein Ripper be like pretty castable. Shouldn't the Breakout deck be running Kellen? Kellen is pretty sick for a Breakout deck. I like Kellen a lot. Be down. Good suggestion. Good Bowmasters, maybe. It's too many colors. Probably too many colors. Kellen, the Kellen that whenever you attack, you flip the top card. If it's creature mana value 3 or less, you put it into your hand. You should be like meeting the requirements of that card really well. I think Kellen's like playable. It's good to break out into also. Could be on Domain, Nakata Kavu. I mean, Breakout would be so good if you could hit Scion of Draco off of it. It would like legit just be like great modern card. So they Pirate Spellball my Sorin. We've been enjoying Vein Ripper. Yeah, it's been a lot better than I thought it would be. I've been liking it. It's like, it's been a lot better than I thought it would be. And I think it also just fits in this deck super well. When their foil Bowmaster make a foil token? Yeah, usually foil cards make foil tokens, but Delney's pretty fun. Right, you got an attack. So this attack definitely is saying I have a lightning bolt in my hand. How do I feel about blocking? The Exile of Mishra's Bauble. If I block, they have to sacrifice one of these. I'm going to drain them for 6. Feels like a pretty good block. I don't know. They also have to have another land or they don't get to make a Saga token. So, like, if their hand is lightning... If the worst case scenario, their hand is a lightning bolt. Lightning bolt plus land, and they get to make the Saga token. But if they're not making the Saga token, I'm pretty happy here. Could be another Bowmaster. Yeah, another Bowmaster would be tough too. But they would still have to lose one of these. Or I guess one of the Bowmasters at that point for sure. So Galvanic Blast, and then is there a reason I'm not seeing for Fetid Heath? You get Fetid Heath lets you cast Flagstones, Smallpox on turn 2 off of Flagstones, which is what you want to be doing like every game if you could. So I'm up to 22. They're down to 11. They do have another land, kind of worst case scenario, and even worse than worst case scenario, where the other land is actually Urza Saga. Still, I think in pretty good shape, I suppose. Let's see what we draw. 5 mana this turn. Nice. Or trying to make a silly Sauron pile. I mean, yeah, but I don't think I've ever played a game with one. Okay, good top deck. Can hardcast Vein Ripper next turn. They do get to go up a extra card thanks to the bubble. Maybe I can discard it to Liliana. Since their mana is going to be kind of taxed. Making Saga tokens. If they have a land and a Springleaf Drum in their deck, they'll probably go make a token, get a drum, so they can make another one. Should I put Samwise Stout-Hearted in Naya Legends deck? Yes. Yes, you should. Okay, so also, like, while we're on the Breakout talk, is there any chance Breakout is correct in Amalia? I was kind of looking at it. We're at 28. The problem is the mana gets pretty bad because you're splashing a red card. But you could, but modern's good. But I think there's a chance Breakout's better than like Knight Errant of Eos. If you can get the mana to work. But having green white, black white, green red seems tough. And also you don't care about the haste part very much. Although I guess like Hasty Amalia can like kill in the spot. Maybe you do care about the haste. Okay, so they don't make a Saga token. They dash a Ragavan and get a Pirate Spellbomb. They attack me so that they can make a Saga token here, maybe? Will they Pirate Spellbomb my Liliana? Stay tuned. I'm a big hater of, oh, let's just play a bunch of mana confluences, city of brasses, since you gain a lot of life. But yeah, maybe it is actually correct in this build. Usually I'm not that into it. Because like life is such a good resource in these decks, but it could actually be okay. Break out an Asthma Shah. I don't know. I'm not that excited to put Oval Chase Daredevil into my hand in like a lot of situations, which is kind of my problem with that build. But you could. Yeah, if Ancient Ziggurat could do it. Leyline Sign, Bloom Tinder, Kava Breakout. Let's see. The problem is like if you're playing Leyline Sign, Bloom Tinder, all of a sudden you just have like 4 2 drops that you can't break out into. I'm just gonna slide Breakout into this deck list so I remember to work on it some if we don't play Spill today. Pillar of Perunes, multicolor Breakout. There's not enough good multicolor creatures. 28 hits gives you probability 98% hitting one. Yeah, which is I think fine. Okay, so if I block here, my opponent has to use their Pirate Spell Bomb, lose this construct. They're gonna get drained for 6. I can also just nod and have them super dead in 2 turns. They kind of can't win either way. I'm just gonna block, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna play more of this deck. I think this deck's super exciting. I'm not gonna just one and done this one. Might play a Kellen. I'm not gonna play Kethis, or not in this one. So like, where I typed Breakout. Is Breakout 2 words? Kellen could be kind of sick, 2 to target. First Kellen probably should just be in the other build of Amalia, even if it doesn't make the cut. Even if like we don't play the Breakout build, I think I actually just want to play one in the Knight Errant version. Seems a good value cord target. Okay, so we're up a game against Inti Asmo. Playing Ragavan, Saga, Asmo, bunch of burn. Don't know if they're playing Ring or not. Well, I think against most Urza Saga decks, you want at least the first Break the Ice. I don't think we want this to just turn off Asmo that badly. That's the only ability we're probably stealing. Likely just going to go down to Thoughtseize. What's the Orvar? Creativity. If your opponent puts Archon of Cruelty into play, you can copy their Archon with your Orvar, then untap and attack them with it. Creativity is on the uptick, and it's really nice that you have 4 Profane Tutors so that you can just like put it into your hand on turn 4. I think no Asmo. Wait, why do you think there's no Asmos in their deck? In their Inti Urza Saga deck? No Purges? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe Purge is okay. I like him a lot more on the play against Ragavan than on the draw against Ragavan. It's close. Probably shouldn't go to 6 here. Yeah, Orvar is also a vampire for Sorin, which is very funny. What's it, a Multi 5? Giving Amalia haste is kind of sick. What's with the Break the Ice? I don't see the function. In this matchup, it's 2 mana destroy target Urza Saga. Tron is also becoming more popular. We played against it once this league. We played against it twice yesterday, maybe 3 times yesterday, and it's kind of not much more complicated than that, I guess. Probably overthinking it. Just anti-Tron sideboard card in a deck that like can be kind of slow against Tron. Or if you're saying this matchup, I think I said this when I boarded it, and I guess you missed it. But against any Urza Saga deck, you want at least the first Break the Ice, I think. You could play more too, especially because you could just like discard extra copies if they don't have it. Okay, interesting. Another Sorin, just surveilling this turn, I guess. Keep a Ring. The Ring is so good in this deck. If you can believe it, I forgot to Well, I guess I didn't necessarily forget. I just wasn't sure that this deck wanted to play the ring at first because you're like smallpoxing yourself. Like 4-drops are kind of tough, but the ring is just so sick. You just have a ton of incidental life gain. There's like no other good card advantage engine you can play. Deciding to synthesizer instead of like they should have not cracked their fetch first. This was a mistake. But they also probably should just be making a Saga token against when they're on like a mold of 5 like this. Vein Ripper's also been really good this league. No Purge versus the red-black deck. Well, like, they're a red-black deck, but most of their targets are 1 or 2 mana. So, like, unlike against, like, Rakdos Scam or Yawgmoth, where you're getting rid of Grist and Yawgmoth and Grief and Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Dauthi, Voidwalker to some extent, like, their targets just aren't that good. Like, Bowmaster's not that good of a target. Like, you're trading down on mana if you're getting DRC or Ragavan. 8th Claw, 38 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. This seems so good against their deck. Yeah, Vein Ripper is like just surprisingly really castable, especially like with the one of Cabal Coffers. You can grab up Profane Tutor. Yeah, doing some Pioneer content. That's on only running 1 Coffers. Big fan to test it. You just can't play more than 1, I think, in your Smallpox stack. It's like you're not like I know you have Vein Ripper, but I don't. You also have 4 Profane Tutors, and you just kind of have the best of both worlds. I would not play more than 1. They grab a Pirate Spellbomb here. If they have 2 removal spells, they're gonna have to sack 2 creatures to kill my Vein Ripper. They play an Inti. They have 1 card in their hand. Wait, how are they attacking? How are they possibly attacking here? They discard Ragavan. I just get perfect info on the block opponent. I guess they're just trying to kill my Sorin. I guess that makes sense. They reveal Shrapnel Blast to the Inti, but they won't have the mana to cast it, so we'll just chomp up this Channeler. They can't kill this with the Pirate Spellbomb. Oh, they can get Delirium if they Pirate Spellbomb. Wait, they didn't want to kill this? Oh, they conceded. They chose the wrong mode. I mean, we're not going to lose that game. Okay, so 0-1 and 4-1. We will happily take it. Let's run it back. Pretty happy with this deck list. Unironically, Vampire Pox back in Modern. Sadly, no Edgar Charmed Groom. Power crept out of the format. Curse you, Modern Horizons 2. Although Edgar Charmed Groom came out.